And welcome to the Big Fat Quiz of the Year 2005. Basically, what we've got here is a cross between a pub quiz and the National Lottery. It's like a pub quiz, because I'm going to be asking our celebrity teams and you at home lots of questions about the year gone by. And it's like the National Lottery, because none of you are going to win anything. Let's meet tonight's teams. Team 1 from The X Factor, Sharon Osbourne, and from everything else, Jonathon Ross. Team 2 from Broadway and the West End, it's the all-singing, all-dancing Denise Van Outen. And sitting next to her, from Peep Show, it's the all-blushing, all-stammering David Mitchell. And finally, from the F Word and a string of Michelin-starred restaurants, it's Gordon Ramsay. And from Wales, it's Rob Brydon. Frankly, I cannot believe my luck. Lovely to have you all here this evening. I presume you've all got hilarious pub team names for your...
Well, we haven't decided on one yet. I've got some suggestions. See if you like this. I was thinking about Wazzy Osbourne.
Yes.
Right? Or maybe we could be the A-list, because we are really A-list.
Well, yes, I think so. Just number one, actually. I think we'll cover it all.
Number one sounds like a wee-wee, though, doesn't it?
Do you think? All right.
That's what I like about it.
We'll go with the A-list. Is that okay?
Yes.
A-list. Okay,
We'll go with the... OK,
yeah,
no, that's
yes.
absolutely fine. A fine pub quiz team name.
Thank you.
Nice. Maybe the A-team, even.
You could have the A-team, but you asked us, we gave you the answer. You want to give us your own one, why bother asking us?
Can you hear this, or do you need me to turn it up? Are we going to be this juvenile this early on?
I'm not being juvenile.
That's nice.
I really don't know.
Denise Van Outen, David Mitchell, you look like you're on a blind date and you cannot believe your luck.
I didn't realise that was the arrangement, actually. That's terrific.
Hi.
Denise, what's your pub quiz name?
I was thinking David, Denise, the double Ds.
Which is funny, because it means tits as well.
Gordon Ramsay and Rob Brydon, do you have a team name?
Yeah, we thought, can't cook, no need to, because I'm sat next to Gordon Ramsay. Close off the tongue.
Yeah. We've been paying attention this last year. We're about to find out. All you need to play along at home is a pen and a piece of paper. First up, it's January and February. It's a long time ago, so let me give you a few reminders. George Bush began his second term. He was very excited because the second term is when they start stirring in. Ellen MacArthur was made a dame after her 3-month round-the-world voyage. I speak on behalf of the whole nation when I say she's a very brave little boy. Seriously, though, 3 months round the world. Imagine the ironing she got home to. At the Brit Awards, Joss Stone won Best Urban Act. She's from Devon. There's lovely me homies drinking cider like it's your birthday. OK, teams, and you at home, in memory of George Best, I think we should get the first round in as quickly as possible. So, on to the questions. Question number 1. Prince Harry caused a stir when a photo appeared of him dressed as a Nazi. What I want to know is, what was the theme of the fancy dress party?
What was the theme, Vicky? Was it Embarrass Your Parents night?
Is it Meet the Descendants? Are we in a royalist stronghold? I'm sensing that.
It was... Hold on.
No, if you know, write it down.
Write it down. Oh.
It's something and inbreds.
Something in inbreds.
Yes.
Well...
Mutants. Mutants and inbreds.
Not a very common theme for a party. Mutants and inbreds.
So they all sit around saying, we've done tarts and vicars, let's do mutants and inbreds.
I wouldn't mind going to a party at your place, Sharon.
It's fabulous. You'd love it.
Dust off the old inbred costume.
Oh.
Shall I go as a mutant this year?
Go on, write down what you think the party theme was.
Maybe it was a religious party.
Because of the Nazi strong religious beliefs.
Religious inbreds.
OK.
Perfect.
I think we might be one down at the start, but anyway.
See, ordinarily it's an advantage if someone shouts out what their answer is in one of these quizzes where you write down, but with Sharon, not so much. OK, question number 2.
OK.
Has he drawn a penis?
He doesn't have to, I can feel it.
And so can you on Sky Flash Channel 37.
OK, question number 2. Viktor Yushchenko became the new president of Ukraine. These remarkable pictures show Yushchenko before and after his presidential bid. Why was he looking so off-colour?
Oh, I know.
Oh, all right.
I do know.
I know,
they
no.
were trying to poison him.
Don't tell me.
You have to write it down.
It's a quiz. You have to write it down, and then I tell you the answers at the end of the...
And also now, I knew that, and it won't look like I knew that. It'll look like I was wrong.
They did poison him, though. I know that.
Write down why you think Viktor Yushchenko looks a bit ropey. And if you heard Sharon, I think you might get a clue in that she shouted the answer out.
Whatever's done, the thing that happened to his face seems to have done his hair quite a bit of good.
Question 3. You'll enjoy this one, Gordon.
Thank you.
This was the year of the blessed St. Jamie of Oliver. Your question is, before he started his school dinners campaign, what was the average amount spent per school meal?
God.
Be about 15, 16 pounds a head, would it?
There is a cover charge, yes.
The problem for all these children is how much do you tip? I think it's... those little pink ladies do look very upset.
Do you think there is a school, you know, posh enough that the kids are tipping?
Well, yeah, someone like Eton or someone like that, surely they tip.
It was, in fact, less money than there were...
If you know it, just keep it for us, we'll get extra
No, but
points.
than the budget in the prison, I think it was. Is that right?
Less than
Well,
a
they
prison
spend
budget,
more
yeah.
in prisons.
The thing is, though, it costs a fortune to send people to prison. It costs more than it costs to send people to Eton, to prison. If they only up the security at Eton, we'd have some fantastically educated criminals.
Can I say to me, Gordon knows the answer.
Gordon, when you were a kid at school, were you into food back then? Did you like your school dinners?
No. God, in those days, it's completely different. Liver that had been cooked for 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, we used to have curries at my school that were blue. They'd found a blue spice and put it in there. Yeah, it might have been...
What school did you go to where you have curry?
Was it Sellafield Comprehensive?
No, it was in Mumbai. I was brought up in India. So when did you start loving food then, Gordon?
Oh, I suppose more so at home, really, because Mum was a cook. Mum worked at a little restaurant, the Stratpon Avon, so I used to go and meet her after work at sort of half-term, summer holidays.
Can I ask you one more question?
Yes, of course you can.
How much did Jamie Oliver find out these school dinners were costing?
Fuck off.
Write down your answers, we'll move on to the next question.
Yes.
OK, watch this clip of sex bomb John McCurrick on Celebrity Big Brother.
I like the way you move. I like the way you put your hands up in the air. I like the way you shake your hair. I like the way you say so much, but most of all, yeah, most of all, I like the way you move.
I wouldn't ask them. No! Now let me out of here. How dare you!
My question is, what was he so angry about?
His face.
I love that. Do you remember the sequence where he picked his nose and he picked his nose and he picked it? He not only ate it, he kept picking it till it bled profusely. And then he went back in for some more. What was he looking for?
How else do you know when to stop, Jonathan? OK, I've got a final question for you for the months of January and February.
OK.
In February, whose crowd rallying efforts confirmed her as 2005's most passionate football fan?
Whose crowd rallying efforts confirmed her.
Maybe if you say it slowly, you'll know.
There's no need to be like that. It's not easy. God.
Gordon, you should get this one.
A football fan. We're looking for a football fan.
There are thousands and thousands of football fans.
How
What are
would
the
you know,
chances of
David?
us knowing the names of all of them? It's just not fair.
Oh, I know, I've got it.
Oh,
Sorry.
Denise Van Outen has got it.
Yes, I did.
OK, final question for January and February. And for the next question, it's over to the children of Mitchell Brook Primary School in Neasden, who put on a rather unconventional school play. The question is, which news story are they acting out?
Is this where you get your babies? Where is our new brother? I'll still be godparents again. Here's a present that probably cost $1 million. Thank you. Why are all the people outside laughing? The baby has
They're impossibly cute, aren't they?
Very sweet.
Cute.
What news story were they acting out?
I didn't think they were that cute, actually. What? Right. What's the answer? Let's cut to the chase.
They were acting out a news story.
And why do people
We're guessing. We might be there, I don't know, but it's...
Have a little guess.
I'm not too sure.
It's tough to see because they are so cute, you almost get blinded by their cuteness. It's like the cuteness blindness equivalent of snow blindness. You can't stare at the children for too long.
I don't think you should be staring at children so long you go blind. You should be moved on.
OK, just as every member of Blue has a failed solo project, so every question has an answer. Here they come. OK, I asked you, what was the theme of the fancy dress party Prince Harry went to? What have you all put?
Yes, religious inbreds.
OK, heroes and villains. OK, I could see that. I could see what the logic is.
I mean, obviously, we don't know whether he thinks the Nazis are heroes or villains.
And Gordon and Rob, have you ever been to a fancy dress party before?
Dictators and vicars. It's a new spin on an old favourite.
I can tell you that you all got that wrong.
Oh.
The answer was colonial and native.
Oh, for God's sake.
Was the theme
How
of the
posh
party.
a party was that?
Colonial
We're having
and
fancy
native.
dress, we're going colonial and native.
Well, there was a prince going to it, so quite posh, I'm guessing.
Said that where I go, what the hell are you talking about, colonial and native? Good God, let's just dress up in fishnet tights and be done with it.
I asked you, why was Viktor Yushchenko looking so off-colour? What did you all have?
We put poisoned by Russians.
The bastards.
Denise, what have you put?
We've got he was poisoned.
And you boys have got he was poisoned also.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You are all absolutely right. He had allegedly been poisoned by a presidential rival, no less.
Have you ever poisoned anyone, Gordon?
No, funny enough,
I bet you have. That one on the F Factor, that fucking soup you gave me almost finished me off. That was disgusting. Clearly, you hadn't planned ahead that day. You thought you were doing one of your other jobs, like a corporate or something. You said, I got the main course. They turned up and said, oh, we need a fucking soup. I tell you what, open an egg, put it in some green stuff. That's all it was.
He boiled up an old pair of tights, that's what it was.
It was horrible.
It was a nice soup made with potatoes and watercress and very autumnal and just...
No one liked it, did they, Gordon? No one liked it. Almost everyone, even though it was free, people were sending it back.
Gordon, don't cry, it's being mean. Oh. You're a very good cook, well done. I've got to say, that, well, you all got that right. He was poisoned, allegedly, by a presidential rival. I've got a theory that the same thing is happening to Tony Blair. Have a look at this. That's Gordon Brown's work. OK, I asked you how much was spent on the average school meal before Jamie Oliver's campaign.
We thought it was about 26p. I seem to remember reading 26p.
26p? Frankly, ridiculous. You're wrong. What did you two go for?
We put 21p, not including wine.
37p per little child. Are we right?
You're absolutely right on the
Thank
money.
you very
37 pence per child. Let's move on. I asked you what so enraged John McCririck.
Diet Coke. He wanted his Diet Coke. They took away his Diet Coke, and then they said, would someone else give up something of theirs in return for the Diet Coke? And he said, how dare you? How dare you? And then he went and picked his nose till it bled.
Now, you boys, Gordon and Rob, you put Coke as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the correct answer.
Oh,
Denise
I
and
thought it
David, what did you go for?
Toilet roll.
Yeah, we said he wanted some loo rolls.
Does he really look like the kind of man that wipes his arse?
Definitely not.
The most passionate football fan of 2005 was, of course...
Delia Smith.
Yes, nice.
And you got Delia Smith as well.
We said Delia Smith.
You've
You
all
remember
got...
that?
Shall we have a look at that magic moment?
Please.
Yes, please.
Have a look.
A message for the best football supporters in the world. We need a 12th man here. Where are you? Where are you? Let's be having you. Come on.
OK, and lastly, question 6. Most schools go for a traditional nativity play depicting the birth of Christ. Memories went for something else. What did they go for?
We guessed that maybe it was Posh and Bex having their... Was it their third child?
Yes,
Their
Baby
third child.
Cruise. Becca.
So you're going for Baby Cruise, you're going for Baby Cruise, you're going for Baby Cruise.
Baby Cruise, yeah.
Yeah.
You're all absolutely right. It was the birth of little David and Victoria's Baby Cruise. Yes, David and Victoria Beckham called their third boy Cruz, which in Spain is a girl's name. It's Old Catalan for, sorry, I fucked my assistant. Let's have a look at the scores after the first round. Sharon and Jonathon have 4, Denise and David have 3, Gordon and Rob are in the lead with 5. Keep it up. It's time now for the first of our bonus rounds. The Oscars took place in February, so it's time now to test your knowledge of the year's movies. Jonathon, if you don't get these right, you're in a lot of trouble.
I might get them wrong on purpose to make the other guys feel better.
Yeah, right. OK, we've slightly improved this picture. Take a look. Tell me what movie is it from?
That looks like you, Jimmy. Oh, dear, that's very good.
That looks like me. You've got to write them down.
We write them down.
Yes.
Do we get bonus... I'm sounding like Ronnie Corbett for no reason. Do we get bonus points for extra information? Do we get that?
All right, OK. What have you all got?
Ray, for the film Ray.
It was
He
Jamie
won the
Foxx.
Oscar.
David and Denise, what did you have?
I wrote it twice for...
Did you see it a couple of times?
No.
Yes, of course. I was replacing Oscar winner Jamie Foxx in Ray. All right, here's another one for you. Have a look at this.
It's another bonus.
Tell me which film is it from?
Oh.
I don't know, but I don't want to see it.
Yes.
I think that's a vast improvement, I'm going to be honest with you.
You'd have thought with modern special effects they could have slimmed those cheeks down a bit. Oh, it's easy.
OK, let's have a look at your answers. OK.
Can I put another one?
Can we do it to cross that out?
OK, Sharon, Jonathon, Gordon and Rob, well done. Sin City was the correct answer.
For a bonus point,
Yeah.
name the 2 directors of Sin City.
It was Quentin Tarantino did a little bit of it.
No, you're wrong already. One for us.
Or was it Robert Rodriguez?
Robert Rodriguez. And number 2?
Frank Darabont?
Oh, you're grasping, you're in the right area, but sadly, no.
I'll tell you who it was.
No, you won't. You
No,
tried
no,
twice, got it wrong.
Don't even bother. It's not part of the quiz.
Please stop
Why is it
interfering.
not part of the quiz? Why is this not part of the quiz all of a sudden? Someone asks a question in a quiz, someone answers it, that's part of the quiz.
You're standing there, butting in every chance you
Yeah.
get.
We could be doing a very nice quiz over here if it wasn't for you.
This has a far more BBC feel to it, if you don't mind me saying. Now, I think it's Frank Darabont.
No, it's not Frank Darabont.
Is it Sin City? Frank Miller.
Too late, I'm afraid. You got it wrong twice before you hit on the right answer. Yes, Frank Miller.
OK, over to you, Jimmy.
Thank you very much. OK, it was, of course, Sin City. Let's have a look at the original. I was, of course, standing in for Bruce Willis. And your total scores at the end of that bonus round are Sharon and Jonathon have 6, Denise and David have 4, Gordon and Rob have 7. And now, while Jonathon nips off to make yet another TV programme, we'll take a break. See you in a minute. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the Year. Let's press on with a reminder about the events of March and April. Pope John Paul II fell ill. He said he'd rather die in office than retire. We said, good news, Your Holiness, you're in luck. In the days leading up to the Pope's death, he spent a lot of time at the window waving to the masses. It was like a Catholic version of Weekend at Bernie's. The Pope's funeral meant that Prince Charles was forced to postpone his wedding to Camilla Parker Bowles. She was livid. She had plans for Saturday. She was running in the 410 at Aintree. And it was confirmed that Camilla will officially be crowned Queen when Charles becomes King. When she heard the news, the Queen said, over my dead body. Yes, Mum, that's how it works. Wayne Rooney's girlfriend, Colleen, modelled for Vogue. Of course, it's not the first time he's dated a cover girl. Liz Hurley launched her own range of swimwear and came out with my favourite quote of the month. She said, and this is absolutely true, she said, I've done all the fittings on my sister and her friends, so the large and extra large bikini bottoms have been tested on real girls. Is that the bitchiest thing you've ever heard in your lives?
Really bitchy.
She tested it on real people, not special people like her. You know what, Liz Hurley? Fuck you and fuck your fat ass. Right, time for the March and April questions. Cast your minds back. Here's Prince Charles enjoying his holiday in Cloisters.
I got better.
Which particular awful man was he talking about?
No, you don't have to look at us
We
like
know.
that.
We know the answer.
I met
All right, easy. Let's test whether you know when we come to the answers.
I met Prince Charles recently. That's right. He gave me a medal. That's right. And on
And
the
as
day...
you walked in, did he say, I can't bear that?
No, I was surrounded by scientists. It was very weird. Have you got an OB? Oh, no, you haven't, have you?
OK, second question. When they finished filming for the day, TV legends Richard and Judy often enjoy sitting around reminiscing in a cryptic way about the year's top news stories, which is handy for us. Have a look at this. Tell me what they are whittering on about.
I think it was the pasta the night before.
She had pasta and salmon.
And it was gluten-free pasta.
It was gluten-free.
Goes right through you.
And goes right... And it was causing cramps.
Yeah.
So...
Tell you what, if I'd been there, I would have been holding my breath.
What?
That's too cryptic. That's too cryptic.
Too cryptic?
Yeah.
It's a cryptic clue.
I think we've got it.
That was about the most lucid I've seen Richard and Judy ever being, actually. What are you going on about the time he went on about how you can see naked cocks on TV, but you can't see vaginas after a certain hour? It's the sort of thing you would say, you know, at 3 in the morning when you hope no one was listening. He puts it out on air.
They record that show at about 3 in the morning. Yeah. They get stuck into the lagers about 9 p.m.
Cameras roll on them at 3. It's a very successful format.
Exciting stuff. All right, next question.
What was the question was, who are they talking about?
Yeah, who were they talking about?
OK.
So hang on, let's clear up.
Because it's who were they discussing?
Not what subject.
But it could be the event that caused it, but you could add the name, I'll accept the name, or what happened.
Is there anything we could write that you won't accept?
I'm pretty sure there is, yeah. OK, right, next question. In April, which restaurant was named Best in the World? I'll give you a clue, Gordon, not one of yours.
That's too easy. He knows the answer.
OK, for your next question, I can't believe our luck, we're going over to the lovely Charlotte Church.
Hi, Jimmy. My Gav helped Wales to beat England in the Six Nations this year. But what unbelievably painful thing did one Welsh fan do to celebrate?
Okay. We know the answer to this, but well, I knew the answer. And Sharon
this is almost...
it could possibly be true.
It is unbelievable.
No,
Yeah.
It's absolutely true. It was in the papers.
But if you saw it, if you saw it in the paper, you would not be able to forget this.
OK, next question. Take a look at this sketch. Who drew that?
It's too good for Rolf Harris, isn't it?
Right, question number 6 is going to be asked by some celebrity guests that we've got coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause for the couple of the year, Jordan and Peter Andre.
Oh, yeah.
You could not look more glamorous.
I tell you, it's lovely to have you here. You look fantastic.
Bit underdressed, aren't we? Look at you guys. $1 million.
I don't know if you're underdressed.
Yeah, well, yes.
That's a hell of... You just happen to have that on.
Exactly. Christmas, bit of fur. Oh.
You can't actually see the fur, don't worry. It's been an amazing year for you two. Now, you had a baby this year?
Yes, well, she did, yeah.
And you also got married?
Yes.
Not in the right order, but no one's having a go.
Exactly.
But what were the other highlights?
We had a great year. We got married. We obviously consummated the marriage very quickly. We had a baby.
Hang on.
What?
Very quickly?
Yes, 3 minutes.
No, but the wedding night, what happened on your wedding night?
Nothing.
We ate crisps and
sandwiches. I was too knackered.
Sorry, you were in bed with that and you thought, I'll have a crisp and a sandwich?
No. She was in bed with this and she thought she'll have a sandwich. Yeah, anyway, it was a good year, you know.
Why is it always about sex?
Because Peter comes on, I associate him with...
On you then, Pete?
Yes.
Good.
This could get so naughty. Let's carry on.
Rubbing off on your comment.
I know.
Now, I believe you've got a question for us.
Shit. Yes.
Don't worry, Pete.
Thank you.
I've got a brain
Take over,
somewhere.
darling.
Question is, what song... Hello, by the way.
Hey, John.
What song did we sing at the wedding and at Children in Need?
Ooh, I know this.
I know the answer to this.
Don't all rush at
I know
once.
the answer.
How are you, Denise? I haven't seen you for
thank you.
years.
How are you?
Good.
And he said you look gorgeous, by the way.
Come on,
Bless
Kate,
you.
don't
You did.
start.
Yes, you did.
I said Jonathan looked gorgeous. It doesn't mean anything.
Tell us what have you got coming up next year?
Oh, well, fitness video.
You got a fitness video?
Now, what
Yeah.
have we got coming
No,
up?
me first. Fitness video. And my
I think I might
book
buy
comes
that.
out in February.
I could do with getting into shape and, you know, you might pass a couple of minutes.
Yeah, the problem is, Jimmy, the problem is if you bought it, you'd have an enormous right arm and your left arm would be like a noodle.
Mate.
You do buy it, switch.
3 minutes at a time is not enough.
Peter, what have you got coming up?
What have I got coming
Yeah,
up?
Oh, by the way, we're releasing our record as well.
Are you going to release? You're going to release a
Are
record?
we? Yeah, we are.
Well, let's see if they knew what it was, first of all.
Right.
Tell us what your answers are.
A
What have you got?
whole new world,
Hey.
a new exciting point of view. I'll take you anywhere, near a chair. And it goes like that a bit, doesn't it? That's a great song. From Aladdin.
Now,
So when you've got kids, you know all the Disney songs.
Did you hear that Jackson joke about Aladdin? You must have heard that, eh?
The Jackson joke about Aladdin?
Yeah.
I'm imagining that's the punchline, is it?
Well, yeah, really. And then she said...
So A Whole New World from the movie Aladdin. You sang that
Yes.
at the wedding and at Children in Need. It's the
Yes.
correct answer. They all got it.
Anyway,
Just saying.
I've got lots coming up next year. Lots and lots and lots. And no one gives a shit.
Well, more power to you.
Thank
Please
you.
give it up for Jordan and Peter Andre. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. See ya.
See you later.
OK, well, you're all looking confident in your answers. Let's see how misplaced that confidence is. First off, I asked you who Prince Charles called awful. What did you put?
Nicholas Winchell, I think he's the BBC correspondent who was out there at the time. And he does strike... I've never met him, he seems a bit awful from what I've seen on TV.
OK,
I
and...
think he looks like a
Denise?
right wanker.
He looks like what, sorry?
A right wanker.
You're saying it posh because we're talking about the royal family.
Yes.
I wonder if the Queen ever talks dirty to Philip when they're...
Of course she does. She goes, I want it harder, you bastard.
It's not Nicholas Winchell.
Huh?
It's Nicholas Witchell.
Yeah, well,
We
got
got
Winchell.
Winchell.
You put Winchell.
No, we haven't.
Isn't working very well.
Rob, you know fully well he's got a speech impediment. We'll be having a go at him.
You're giving Jonathon points just from sympathy, and it's not fair.
You both get a point for Nicholas Witchell. I'm afraid you get nothing for the press. OK, I asked you, what were Richard and Judy chatting about? What did you put?
We put Paula Radcliffe, but really, to be fair, they could have been chatting about just about anything, but we thought pasta or something, she was... Because she stopped to have a little Jimmy,
Dump.
didn't she?
No,
she
she
didn't have a
had a
dump.
wee,
You can't stop and
didn't
have a
she?
dump in a marathon.
She did a wee.
It was a wee. How could she stop and do a dump?
It was.
She had a dump.
She did not have a dump.
She did.
Sorry, this is getting too much like Newsnight Review.
The sad fact is, it was a watery shit.
Yes, it was.
Well, Paula Radcliffe is the correct answer. Gordon and Rob, I noticed you didn't enter
Paula
this.
Radcliffe.
Okay, it was Paula Radcliffe.
Oh!
Either taking a pee or a dump. We're not entirely sure.
It was a wee.
I tell you what, if you think that's bad, you should have seen what the guy in the rhino suit left behind. OK, I asked you which restaurant had been named best in the world. OK, let's ask Gordon if he knows.
Flat, flat.
Yes. Amazing guy, Heston, and he runs a restaurant called The Fat Duck.
And do you rate him, Gordon? That's what we want to know.
Yeah, no, he's a cool guy. Yeah, he's quirky. Snail porridge.
Snail porridge?
Snail porridge. Smoked bacon ice cream. And he sort of poaches meringue in sort of liquid nitrogen. It's just this sort of dodgy trolley that, you know, it's pushed out on thinking, fuck, if that wheel falls off, your fingers have gone.
Oh, no, Ramsay.
It's on a
The
trolley.
trolley was perfectly stable the night I went. Don't try and put people off from going to the best restaurant in the world based on the level of their trolley wheel. Smacks of desperation, frankly. And we expect better of you, you big, big girl.
Denise and David, have you been to this place?
No, I haven't.
No.
He's a cool
I
guy.
don't like the idea of the smoked bacon ice cream.
Do you like bacon, Denise?
I love bacon.
Do you like
but
ice cream?
This reasoning's going to be flawed anyway. Do you like bacon? Do you like ice cream? You're bound to like bacon ice cream. You're bound to like chocolate sandwiches. What's the problem?
I happen to like chocolate.
We all like
sandwiches.
chocolate sandwiches.
Well, that's insane. You're all mad. Chocolate sandwiches.
I like my bacon hot.
You like your bacon hot?
You probably do.
Everything sounds vaguely sexual. Yeah, I like my bacon hot.
Although when you say it...
Yeah. Fine. You've put the duck at Bray. I think we can give you that. Yes. Such a great restaurant. Apparently, even the foxes have got a 3-month waiting list for the bins.
Oh, thank you, Bob Monkhouse.
Fuck off.
I think you'll find there's like a 3-second period after which fuck off is not an adequate comeback. You may as well have done that in the car on the way home. Fuck off.
You've had a big year, haven't you?
Yeah, it was a very big year.
You spent some time in the States, I believe. You've
Yes.
made it big.
Yeah, it went down very well.
What do they make of you? Because they're not... I've done some work in the States and they don't like the swearing one little bit.
It was very hard to get the cooks up to speed with your sort of terminology and, you know...
pan and oven and things like that.
Toss pot.
What is a
Wanker.
toss pot exactly?
So just a guy is absolutely fucking useless, to be honest.
What, and they just didn't understand? So you were calling them a toss pot and they're going, well, I better find it. Where is it? Where's the toss pot? He needs the toss pot. He needs the fucking toss pot now. Question 4. Charlotte Church, of course, asked the question. It would be rude not to go back to her. Let me just recap. This was the story of a Welsh fan and what he did after the game. Jonathan, you've got...
Cut his bollocks off. We agree.
No, how did he cut his bollocks?
That's what happened. I know you don't like the idea, but that's what he did. None of us like the idea.
He used scissors.
He used pliers.
So
Household
he actually
pliers.
sort of dragged his bollocks off.
Were they him?
OK, you know what? This is going to make you feel a bit worse. Took him 10 minutes.
Look, if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well.
Didn't he then take his bollocks in a bag into the pub to show his friends?
Yes. Well, actually, it's worse than that, Denise, because he took his bollocks round to a friend's house in a bag of peas, and his friend wasn't in. Imagine how disappointed you'd be.
Came back later and said, blimey, Bird's Eye are getting adventurous, aren't they?
Will you give me one for Willie? It's all the same thing once you're down there, isn't it, really?
I'll tell you what, I'll give you Willie if Charlotte says Willie. Let's
Yeah,
go,
all right.
let's go by her answer.
Well, he cut his own Jacobs off with a blunt wire cutter.
Yes. Now, in Wales, we call Willie a Jacobs.
Oh, we've got a picture of the man there. That's the man posing for a photo in the Sun newspaper.
Oh, for God's sake. Why would
with a
you
pair
do
of
that?
pliers on the toilet he sat on while he chopped his testicles off.
I love the fact he's posing for a photo, quite happily. One of the most traumatic experiences of my life. But I'll tell you what, we'll have a photo, get some pliers. It was a bit like this.
And his shoelaces are undone as well. I want to be careful.
What's he going to do?
Have an
Trip
accident.
over and hurt his knackers? I asked you who the piano was drawn by. What did you all put?
Well, initially you said Elton John, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Well, that was just word association, wasn't it? You saw a piano.
Yes.
Are you suggesting that Elton John would be a ridiculously stupid answer? Because if you are, talk to Gordon and Rob.
You didn't actually put Elton John, did you? Yes. We think it was the piano man, who I think was either a Polish fella or Russian fella, who was found
it's
wandering
that
on the
chap.
beach.
It's that chap,
And they
yes.
didn't know, and he didn't speak, so he drew a piano, and they said, oh, he must be a genius at piano. And it turned out he can't play the bloody piano, but he can really draw one well.
We put the piano man.
OK, now, no points
sorry, hang
because
on.
the piano man is Billy Joel.
His real name is Andreas Grassol, but he's known as the Piano Man. I will accept the Piano Man, of course.
Thank you.
Question number 6.
Jordan and Peter.
Was the Jordan and Peter? I'm sure you all got that right.
Yeah.
Yes.
A whole new world, a whole new world, a whole new world. Let's move on to our next special round. How much attention were you paying to the music scene in 2005? Let's find out. Can you tell me which song this news story relates to?
There has been a forecast of widespread civil unrest. Police chiefs in the north were prompted to issue the warning following a series of local incidents, including an assault apparently sparked by looking the wrong way at a policeman, and a violent dispute over a taxi said to have involved a man in a tracksuit. After stressing once again the likelihood of further uprising, a spokesman for the group added, la la la, la 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 la.
That was, of course, Jon Snow doing a news report about a popular hit this year. What song do you think they were talking about? David Mitchell, you look as if you don't know what a song is.
That's all I know, basically. I do know what a song is. I'm aware that thousands of people enjoy music and football, but I don't understand either, and I wish they'd go away.
I love it. Have a look at the look on Gordon and Rob's face. If ever there were two middle-aged men with no idea... They're going...
It's a good job you're not a middle-aged man, isn't it, John?
Thank Christ for that. Thank Christ there's a bit of youth on the team. No, but we're in touch. We know what's going on out there, don't
We
we?
live on the edge.
Yes, exactly.
I've got it.
OK, let's reveal the answer. The song Jon Snow was talking about was...
Never heard that song.
Never heard that song.
No, really bad.
And I do know, do you wanna, I do know that.
It's even worse than that. We put down fucking Amarillo.
Amarillo. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Sorry.
I
Does it?
predict a
Does, actually,
riot
yes.
by the Kaiser Chiefs. Well, there we are.
Yeah.
Well, there we are.
It's all happening.
Right, OK. Pay attention to the second news story Jon Snow is about to tell you. What song is he going on about?
There have been calls for reform of the Mental Health Act after a young woman today issued a desperate appeal for psychological counselling for a number of psychiatric conditions for which she claims her boyfriend is largely responsible. Describing herself as insane, unglued, whacked out and really not logical, the woman at the centre of the landmark case says that she now requires professional help. Authorities have argued that enthusiasm for a member of the opposite sex may not warrant the services of a qualified psychotherapist funded by the taxpayer.
OK, what song do you think he was talking about there?
We know it.
Hold on, let's ask the granddads first.
Yes.
We said, what song was the nice man talking about?
Charlotte Church.
And her wonderful hit song?
Therapy.
Crazy
Crazy
Chick.
Chick.
Crazy
Crazy.
Chick.
Oh, he pulled it out of the bag at the last moment.
Crazy Chick.
You wrote down therapy, though?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I bloody did not.
You bloody did.
Look, if there's something wrong with this system, this is happening repeatedly throughout the week.
It's like you don't know anything.
Sometimes nothing comes up at all.
I'll give him a point for that. But David and Denise, nothing?
No, we did get it, but our thing wasn't working,
Yeah,
so...
No, I think they're actually lying on that.
I don't think anything as pretty as Denise could tell a lie. Did you get it, Dave?
It was me that got it, yeah.
This story's not really checked it out now,
This
is
pretty tell a lie?
it? Jonathon, Sharon, you got it right, of course.
Yeah, of course, we got it.
Crazy Chick. Let's have a listen.
You driving me to insanity. All the things you do, you make me come unglued. I just can't help myself. I need professional help.
Right, well, at the end of part 2, this is how the scores are looking. Sharon and Jonathon have 14 points. Denise and David have 11 points. Gordon and Rob are behind with 10.
Oh, yeah.
It's time for a break. We'll see you in a moment. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the Year. British summertime has arrived. Yes, we've reached May, and like Terry, we are enthusiastically entering June. In the run-up to the general election, Tony Blair claimed that he had sex with Cherie up to 5 times a night. And I thought the decision to go into Iraq was difficult. Brad Pitt divorced Jennifer Aniston and swiftly hooked up with Angelina Jolie. The reason cited was irreconcilable differences. The difference being Angelina Jolie is filth. American Malcolm Glazier bought Manchester United and promised to respect the traditions of the club, speaking from his office at the Old Trafford Soccerplex and Drive-In Bowlerdrome. The Dutch said no to the EU constitution because they're against Turkey entering. Ironically, Turkey entering Volume 4 was the #1 selling DVD in Amsterdam this year. Right, on to the questions. Well, the Michael Jackson trial ended with Jackson cleared of all charges, much to the delight of his fans.
We, the jury, in the above entitled case, find the defendant not guilty of a lewd act upon a minor child as charged in count 5 of the indictment.
Status clear, it's over. Michael Jackson was always innocent and he was proven innocent by a jury of his peers.
You cannot argue with that.
What did the especially stable and well-balanced woman at the end do every time a not guilty verdict was announced?
Oh, I know this.
She licked his bum.
That's right, Sharon. Yes,
Sharon?
everybody. Sharon's right. Put it down.
Have you ever met Michael Jackson? I bet you haven't.
Yes.
What was he like?
Strange. Very strange.
Hold it. Coming from
he
you,
was
that's quite something, isn't it?
No. He was holding a rose like this in his hand, and he kept smelling the rose like this.
Which period was this, Sharon? Which period, Michael, are we talking about?
What shade of brown was it?
I mean, was it a long time ago?
It was the definitely I've got a fucking hole in me nose period. It was like...
Could you see it up close, didn't it?
Yeah, he fills it with, like, this putty stuff. You know, like you give kids that Play-Doh.
Play-Doh.
No, he's definitely out of his little mind, poor thing.
OK, second question. What was banned from Blue Water Shopping Centre?
Yeah, I know this as well.
Right, watch this clip of GMTV's Ben Shepherd and his Hollywood correspondent.
Try it. It's a Friday.
Come on, Ben, you've got to do it.
I was going to do it, but they've just said
you challenged him twice.
Health and safety, you can't get on
it's
this.
pathetic. Go on, do it. Get up there, get up there.
I love Katie.
Are you all right?
Health and safety.
What I want to know is, who were they discussing?
OK, we know the answer.
OK. For your next question, I'm going to hand you over to the one, the only, Darren Brown.
Watch carefully. You're about to see a clip from Trick of the Mind, 2005, and in it, I influence a young guy through a specially designed arcade game. The question is, what happened next? Just keep the pace slow. Put a couple of flashes in now. Another flash. Always going. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in. Don't come with me.
OK, so the question is, what did Darren Brown do to a young man?
I bet it hurt.
OK, the next question. These pictures are of unemployed man Martin Crowson, and they were used as evidence against him in court, along with several jiu-jitsu trophies found in his house. My question is, why was he in trouble? OK, well, we move right along to the answers. I asked you, what did one Michael Jackson fan do every time a not guilty verdict was announced?
We put release to Dove, although I will concede it looks like I've written release to Dave, but obviously yeah, it would have been hard for her to wind up a lot of Daves who are
And do you know where she
sympathetic to the
kept
Jackson
that dove?
She had more than one.
Yes.
You what? Kept
The bra.
Dove downstairs?
Yes.
Downstairs?
She did.
So
She
it wouldn't
does
fly away.
that,
She
didn't
did. She had them in her knickers.
She didn't.
She
She
did.
had a box.
Have you ever been to Bangkok?
Yes. Cups and saucers, the whole lot up there.
OK, well, you all got released to Dove. Let's have a look at the clip.
We, the jury, in the above entitled case, find the defendant not guilty of a lewd act upon a minor child as charged in count 5 of the indictment.
That's a very uninviting vagina, I would say.
They were originally going to release minor birds, but profit. OK, what was banned from Blue Water Shopping Centre?
Hoodies.
Hoodies.
Yes.
Hoodies.
Well, you all got it.
Yeah.
Hooded tops.
Hooded tops.
Proper grown-ups.
OK, of the men here, all right, all of us of a certain age, has to be said, apart from David, you're not of a certain age, I don't think.
I'm
You're
of a
young.
certain age.
All right. Well, I was using it politely as a kind of thing saying middle age, really. I mean, you're not a certain age, but you seem to have been born 50, so we'll assume that. Who of the men here own a hooded garment of some sort that would get them banned from the Blue Water shopping establishment?
I own a hoodie.
Who wears the hoodie up?
I occasionally do.
No, do you ever do the ring up at the thing like that? It must look like a woman giving birth to like a sperm whale or something. Like Papa Smurf coming out. No wonder they banned him from Blue Water. It was like people go, ah, Jesus.
It is reminiscent of a sequence in E.T., yes. Right. Well, you all got that absolutely right. Hoodies were banned from Blue Water this year.
Yes.
What did you make of that, David? Did you approve?
I didn't give a shit either way.
Well, fair enough. You've answered that adequately. OK, I asked you who Ben Shepherd was discussing on GMTV.
Tom Cruise.
We think it was Tom Cruise talking about Katie Holmes.
The Cruiser-Toller.
It was, of course, Tom Cruise. You're absolutely right.
Oh, little boy, look at him. He's so little, weeny little thing.
He'll
Like a little troll.
He's like a normal bloke, much further away than you thought.
I'd say he's like a mad Scientologist a lot further away than you.
Now, I asked you, what did Darren Brown do to the helpless young man? What did you have? Well, you wrote an essay, John.
Well, because it was hard to sum up in a few words, because I've written there, the flashing lights of the thing put him into a kind of a trance, and they took him out of that into another room where they had recreated the room on the video game, filled with zombies and so on, and he got really upset about it. It was great. That's exactly what happened.
Bizarrely, that is the correct answer.
Yeah, it was great. My little boy watched it about a dozen times, which probably says a lot about my parenting. It was great.
Denise and David, what did you write?
We put, he made him think he was still in the game, he went mental.
Very well done.
Thank you.
Gordon and Rob.
Now, you see, you didn't... what you actually asked, and where's the tape back, was what happened next.
Yes.
OK? An advert break. was your question? Right? You have to be specific, Jimmy. I won't blink, my friend.
Right. Well, should we go over to Darren Brown for the answer? Let's have a look. Come on, then.
I'm gonna shoot you back up! You're fucking dead! You're
Let's wake him up.
Come on, it's wicked. Fuckers, isn't it?
Incredible.
That was great.
It does make me think that Darren Brown is genuinely evil. To do that to a man and then just put him back in the pub. What just happened? A bit scared. The young man in question was absolutely fine. And for legal reasons, I have to say that he didn't go crazy or anything.
All the ones that went crazy, they didn't put in the programme for legal reasons. They're sort of roaming the Highlands of Scotland, thinking they're on the moon.
Yeah, there's a Welsh fella that cut his nuts off. OK, next one. What had alligator wrestling, camel riding, jiu-jitsu champion Martin Crowson done wrong?
He was claiming disability benefits.
No. We put benefit cheat because we figured he was obviously
Benefit
cheating.
cheat is along the right lines. Disability benefit is exactly
It's
right.
specifically
Benefit fraud.
disability
We were a bit
benefit,
different. Benefit fraud.
Yeah. It's weird because you wrote benefit fraud and got it right, but actually what came out was cruelty to animals.
Again. It's not our
Cruelty
night.
to animals.
Yes, and he was sat on a baby crocodile.
Have you ever cooked one?
Yes, I have, yeah.
What do they taste like?
Fucking disgusting. Tough and
Really?
horrible. Yeah, gross.
Well, you didn't put it in a soup recently, did you? Disguise it as an egg.
With an egg on it.
OK, well, I can tell you that the correct answer is he was claiming disability benefit on the grounds that he was virtually unable to walk. Now, before I give you your scores, I've got a bonus question for you, and here to ask it, I can scarcely believe my luck. It's the new Doctor Who, Mr. David Tennant. Doctor Who. It's the new Doctor Who.
Hello.
Are you excited about this?
I'm very excited about it, yeah. It's a bit daunting, you know, taking on this kind of well-loved character and all that. It's sort of...
I've read that you used to dream, when you were little, you used to dream about being Doctor Who. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, but everyone at my age did, I think. You know, we all grew up absolutely loving it.
I thought it was incredible. I mean, I couldn't believe how good it was when it came back.
Yeah,
Because it's one of those childhood things that you think, actually, it's not going to deliver. And it's so delivered the first series. How did you
all going to go downhill next series. It's going to be a disaster.
Well, I was going to ask how you managed to convince Christopher Eccleston to get out. Did you say, oh, you'd be typecast, it'd be a disaster? We'll just do one series each and then you're never going to leave.
That's it. It's We Jimmy Cranky next year.
That'd be amazing.
Can I compliment David on his role in Blackpool?
You can. Thank you very much, Rob.
I
Cheers.
thought you were very good in that.
Can I compliment you on your role as Casanova?
Thank you very much, Jonathan. You may.
Can I
Anyone
compliment
else?
you? There was a lovely piece on you in one of the supplements this weekend. And, I thought you came over very well in that.
Can I compliment you on the drawing my little boy did of you, in which you looked most handsome?
I'd like to see that.
Yes, I will show it to you. Top that, Brydon.
I think if you could have picked two
I'd
people...
actually like to compliment you on the size of your feet.
It's the shoes more than my actual feet. But thank you anyway.
Tell you what, though, Sharon, he's got a lovely cock as well. It's like a baby's arm holding an apple.
It's like the TARDIS. It feels so much bigger once it's inside you. Not that I know. I'm guessing.
Can I ask a question? Of all Doctor Who's that there have been, everybody has a favourite.
Yeah.
Who did you think was the worst? I'm guessing Sylvester McCoy, but you may want to go somewhere else with it.
It's probably going to be me. That's the terrible truth.
Stop it!
Oh, come on now.
You could learn a lot from him, Jonathan.
I think he's going to be great as Doctor Who. I'm really looking forward to it. And you've got the Cybermen coming up, haven't you?
We've got the Cybermen coming back, yeah.
I love the Cybermen.
Yeah,
Who else? You got any other oldies coming back? Any old villains?
We've got K9 coming back.
Oh, he's great.
I'm not sure about that. Is that a good idea?
It's a very good idea.
Have they given us a streamlined K9, or is it the same one, which
No,
was basically
he's
a
old
cardboard
and-
box painted silver?
He's old and battered and rusty and hanging together with...
Oh, maybe
Don't have a go at Jonathan.
It's a bit like R2-D2, isn't it? In the new movies, R2-D2 can suddenly jump, spin, fizzle.
Yeah.
So if you go chronologically, it's as though he had a nervous breakdown in the first one, and then in the first Star Wars, because it's meant to be going on, but these just goes around going...
The technology in the ones which are meant to be old is better than the technology.
The reason chat rooms were invented were for men like you. Let's move on. Now, you've got a question for us.
OK, it's a what happened next style of question, if you like. And the question is, which part of my new anatomy am I about to refer to?
Before I go, I just want to tell you you were fantastic. And you know what? So was I. Hello. Okay.
OK, well, write down your answers, everyone. What have you got, Jonathan?
I'm still drawing. Hold on.
Still drawing? This doesn't
I'm
bode
enjoying
well.
This is quite a good... This sums up the whole Doctor Who movement. Him coming on there. Look at that. OK, show mine. Look at that.
Let me just...
Have a look at this.
Thank you for coming on before you see this.
It was your teeth. You came and you went, hello, yes, I'm the... new teeth, that's weird. That's exactly what you said.
That is pretty much word for word, I have to confess.
Yes,
He's a fanboy.
Yeah, it's a great show. I love the Doctor Who, and there's the picture I've done. It's got a picture of you with your new teeth, if you can have a look at that. And it's got you standing up like you are just there. There's a Dalek over there. There's K9. There's a TARDIS. This says teeth. This says David Tennant at the bottom. Doctor Who at the above, in case there's any doubt. Bonus points, surely.
That's lovely.
I think you could get sectioned if the right people saw that. OK, Denise Van Outen and David Mitchell have gone for...
We went for ears.
We went for ears.
Ears. Now, controversially, it's wrong, of course.
Yeah.
Controversially, Rob Brydon got up while we showed the clip and asked David Tennant, is it your nose?
Cheat.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did, Rob.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Give
And
me
what did he
proof.
say?
He said, yes, it's my... Ah! He said, yes, it's my nose. Were you lying?
It might have been a little lie. Sorry.
That's what you get for cheating.
Yes,
see?
and that shows the new Doctor Who in a very good light, the fact that he would book no lying, cheating Welshman.
Let's have a look at that clip and see whether Jonathan was definitely right, which he was.
Come on.
Hello. Okay. New teeth. That's weird. So where was I? Oh, that's right. Barcelona.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the new Doctor Who, David Tennant.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming in.
See you later.
OK, well, let's see how the scores are looking at the end of that. Sharon and Jonathan have 20 points. Denise and David have 16. Gordon and Rob falling further behind with 13.
That's a shame.
Right, we've got another bonus round. Here's how it works. I will show you pictures. You work out what headline they represent. Here's an example for you. This is, of course, Jimmy Carr, photographs, Uranus. What I'm going to give you is some real headlines in pictorial form, and you have to work out what they are. Could not be simpler. Here is the first one.
Is it an arsehole?
What's that?
OK, write down your answers.
Whoa, well, we're going to need longer than this.
Just take a guess.
It's something to do with... OK.
All right, the magic roundabout.
OK, let's have a look and see what you got. OK, Rob, you've got no idea.
Neither has Gordon.
In fairness, he's got a proper job. He's busy during the day. What are you up to? maybe not the finest writing, Jonathan, but I think we'll give you that.
We put Crazy Frog beats Coldplay. We couldn't work out what that red thing in the middle was. We thought it was like a modern art close-up of someone's arse or something.
Denise and David.
Oh, we've got Crazy Frog outsells Coldplay.
You are exactly right.
Wow.
I've got another one of these. Big headline from the year.
Oh, no, it's a girl.
Cool. That's Europe. That's the band Europe, okay?
That's the body.
Lung.
Is it a lung or is it a liver?
No. Jonathan and Sharon, can I have a little sit down?
Oh.
Oh.
We've got once again, we've got the beginning and the end.
We've got it, and it's pretty good.
Let's have a look and see what you've got. Denise Van Outen and David Mitchell.
The first part.
We didn't finish.
Jonathan and Sharon, would you tell me what that says?
Liverpool rides a bike across Tudor Europe.
Liverpool rides a bike across Tudor Europe. Oh, the big headline from the year, I remember now.
I don't know. Football, Liverpool, how am I to know? We saw a Tudor house and a bike. How wrong can we be?
Rob and Gordon, you seem confident. What have you got?
That's the liver. Pool. Second, it looks like a VMAX, so it looks like Liverpool's victory in, because it's a cottage, Europe. Champions League.
You are dangerously close.
Oh, you're kidding.
Well, you're very, very close. It's Liverpool triumph in Europe. I think we'll give you that. I think you were so close. That's pretty impressive. OK, we are halfway through now. Sharon and Jonathan have 21 points. Denise and David have 17 points. Gordon and Rob have 14 points. OK, it's break time now, and to keep you entertained during the commercials, see how many Rob Brydon voiceovers you can spot in the next 3 minutes. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the Year. We move now to July and August. Obviously, in July, the headlines were dominated by the tragic events in London, but there was other news. London won its bid for the 2012 Olympics. Just think. 4 million visitors, £6 billion in increased revenue, and 3 bronze medals. Can't wait. The Live 8 concert took place in Hyde Park. There was some criticism, with people saying Live 8 didn't make a difference. Nonsense. In one Rwandan village alone, 50 families bought the Razorlight album. Over the summer, England was hit by severe droughts. I don't mean to sound churlish, but I didn't hear much from Ethiopia in our hour of need. The least they could do is put out a charity single. The 6th book in the Harry Potter series hit the shops. Did you know if you took all the Harry Potter books in circulation in the world today and laid them end to end, they would cover the surface area of Brazil, which, interestingly enough, is what they used to do in tree form. So, teams, and you playing along at home, questions. We're going back to Mitchell Brook Primary School now for another school play.
Bonjour. Good morning. Now it's time to sort out the world's problems. What are we having for tea? I'm not eating anything. This place is full of mad cows and the food is horrible. Where are we again? Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. He said your food was horrible. He said all your cows are mad. We are telling. We are telling. Oh, no. That's a laws. That is for everything.
Oh. What I want to know is what story were they acting out?
It was the... yeah.
Are you all right, Denise? You're getting broody.
Afraid so.
David, come on, make your move. OK, our next question is going to be asked by Hollywood's own Cameron Diaz and Toni Collette.
Hello. We appear in a film together called In Her Shoes, and a little quiz question we have for you right now is which famous movie shoes were stolen this year?
OK, so what famous movie shoes were stolen this year? Next question. Time to eavesdrop once again on Richard and Judy as they discuss one of this year's big news stories. What I want to know is, what are they chatting about?
Well, I think it's revolting. I mean, to be honest, if you'd done something like that, I'd have been, you know, on the next train, out.
There was an upside to it. Apparently, afterwards, she said that he'd made her feel fresh as a daisy.
Well, I don't think that's any excuse whatsoever, especially when you've got someone who is so absolutely stunning and lovely and wonderful waiting for you at home.
Yeah, to be fair, it was conditional. He did say to her only to come up and see him if she was feeling lonely, and lonely wasn't in that night, apparently. He'd gone out.
I don't think that's any excuse at all, Richard. And it's also a very feeble joke. But
Well-
what about the kids? They were there.
Yeah, the kids were asleep. Even so, I do think it's pretty much, or should be, against the law.
That made it so obvious for the people that didn't know it.
Oh yeah.
OK. In August, America had its own tragedy, Hurricane Katrina. Which Hollywood actor raced to the scene to help with the relief effort, only to need saving himself?
Jimmy, is bailing out a cryptic clue? It's not, is it?
No, it isn't, no. There's nothing cryptic about that.
It's not Christian Bale, then, from Batman? No?
OK, next question. Let's remind ourselves of the spectacle that was Live 8.
Don't let them tell us that this doesn't work.
Fantastic. I must say, that clips package makes it look as if the day was so long they got older as it went on. My question is this. It's what song did Pete Doherty sing? That question was sent in by Pete Doherty, who doesn't know. OK, have you all got something for that?
Yes.
I missed Live 8.
That's not worth
You missed that? Were you away?
I was away, yeah.
I missed it. I was here.
Some of it was great, obviously. Some of
there
the
was a
music was
match.
good.
The opening
Over and
was
above
incredible.
the actual event itself, right? Some of the bands were great. Some of them I couldn't quite understand the point of Velvet Revolver there. And they came out and it was like some sort of Spinal Tap moment.
Yes, excuse me, I have a complaint to make.
Yes.
They said that my husband couldn't perform because they had Velvet Revolver. And I said, how dare you? Velvet bloody revolver?
Well, in that voice, would you please say a handbag for me?
A handbag.
There we go.
Do. That's what the Queen says. And what do you do?
Hold on, the medication's worn off. Quick!
OK, straight on to the answers now.
Yeah.
For July and August.
Yeah.
Question 1 was, what were the children acting out?
We think it was... First of all, we were going to say we thought it was something to do with the G8 summit. Then, when they were talking and he was saying... The French one was saying our food is rubbish, we thought it was when Jacques Chirac tried to undermine our Olympic bid by saying our food was rubbish, and therefore we shouldn't have it. And then they lost anyway, and we won. It was brilliant because even though we shouldn't be this way, it was great just to stuff the French.
Yes.
I can see you've written Jacques Chirac and then some scribble. So
Jacques
well done.
Chirac ruins French Olympic bid.
OK, you've got the...
Well, we said G8, because Jacques Chirac said that practically on the eve of the G8 summit.
That's
But
desperate.
that was the
That's not desperate. That was one of the things they were talking about at the G8 summit.
Gordon Ramsay, Rob Brydon, what have you got?
Yeah, G8 again in Edinburgh, and
G8 in Edinburgh. French insults
Yeah, slags
and
off the food.
protests.
yes.
Well, I think you guys get a point and you get a point. It was Jacques Chirac slagging off British food. Well, fuck the French and fuck their snobby French food, which is, incidentally, the title of Gordon's new book. OK, Cameron and Tony asked you what famous shoes were stolen.
Ruby Slippers, Wizard of Oz.
Let's have a look.
The answer is...
The answer is...
Dorothy's magical glittery red shoes.
That'll be
from
Dorothy.
Dorothy's red shoes from The Wizard of Oz.
From the brilliant film, The Wizard of Oz.
Okay, well, yeah, the brilliant film.
Yeah.
Ruby Slippers.
We went
Ruby
Ruby Slippers.
And
Ruby
the Ruby
Slippers
Slippers.
from
You're
Oz.
all absolutely right. It was the Ruby Slippers. I'm not sure who stole them, but I'll wager it isn't the only forced backdoor entry he's attempted this year.
He was gay. You take a sideways look at everything.
I asked you what Richard and Judy were discussing.
We guessed the Beckham affair.
Did you? He said law at the end of it.
It was Nannygate.
It was Nannygate. It was
At
the
that
Jude
point-
Law affair with the nanny that was in the papers. All over the summer.
I told you.
Well, people have been asking why anyone would cheat on the stunning Sienna Miller. Well, when you're a famous actor, like Jude Law, you can have your choice of women. It's like a box of chocolates. Sure, your favourite might be the strawberry cream, but every so often, you'll want to fuck a pig. Oh, it's a laugh, though, isn't it? OK. We asked you which actor went to help the victims of Hurricane Katrina. What have you got?
We got Sean Penn.
Sean Penn, you're absolutely right. We've got a picture. Have a look at this. Now, I appreciate he was going to help, but I think he's going to need a bigger beaker. There's quite a lot of water. Yeah, thanks, Sean. I appreciate you trying to help, but that's going to take fucking ages.
He looks like he's adding to it.
Was it Arnold Schwarzenegger, I wonder? It could have been, but I'm afraid it wasn't Arnold Schwarzenegger. The next question I asked you was, what did Pete Doherty sing at Live 8? What did you get?
A load of bollocks.
What does Ozzy make of your potty mouth? He must be
He
shocked.
often has to stick something in it to make me be quiet.
Yes, all right, Sharon.
You wouldn't really have known from listening to it, would you? He was a bit all over the place, bless him. But it was Children of the Revolution, the T-Rex classic.
It was the T-Rex classic, Children of the Revolution. Apparently, Mark Bolan hasn't been this upset since he died. OK, I've got a special bonus round for you now. 3 points available here. All you have to do is identify the TV noise. Here's your first TV noise. Just write down what it is. Start with an easy one.
Oh. Vanessa Feltz, Passing Wind.
OK, what have you all got?
We've got the TARDIS.
TARDIS. Let's have a look. OK, ready for the next one? Here it is. Any idea what that is, Rob?
Is it Wellard from EastEnders?
It's not, no.
Is it a very famous sound from the
It's
telly?
a very famous sound. It's the most famous sound from a massive hit show that came to England this year.
Oh, yes.
The answer is not
Just the name of the show, Jimmy?
Just the name of the show. Well, let's have a look at what you've put.
OK, we guessed a little bit. We put Carol Thatcher weeing, first of all.
Lost. Well, you're all right. It is the monster from Lost. Have a look. I think it's the best thing on TV.
Well, you would because you're simple-minded. You're easily pleased. It's written all over your big face.
Don't
but listen.
It's written all over my big face. What, in big writing, is it?
Easily pleased.
Let's have a listen to your last noise. Sharon, would you like that again?
Yes, I didn't quite hear it.
Can we have more of a clue?
More of a clue is from a massive TV show that was on over the summer.
Is it Lost? Is it the monster farting? After he eats one of the people?
I'm sure you were offered it, Denise, and turned it down.
Oh, yeah, we know what it was, yeah.
Oh, we know. I know. Yeah, this was a great moment. This was very funny.
OK. What have you all put? Let's have a look. Jonathan and Sharon?
Right, well, look, it's a bit of a mess, but it says at the top, Rebecca, Celebrity Island, Lose, Celebrity Love Island. It was Rebecca Lose when she was all flirty with Callum Best, and he'd go, yeah, all right, mate, it's all good, mate. And then she farted and he went, oh, man, that made me sick, man. And then he didn't want to go out with her anymore. So one minute he was hot, and I think he was just looking to stop going out with her. He was all over her. He hadn't even mentioned her tash. Then out he came, and then he went, oh, man, that's disgusting, mate. I don't like that, mate. All right, mate, it's all good, mate.
You're right, of course.
Thank you.
It was Rebecca Lose on the Celebrity Love Island. You've got Celebrity Love Island...
We did, but I sort of whispered to David Callum Best and he...
I wrote Karen Best. All right, I didn't finish writing Karen Best because
I was trying to explain to him what happened.
You see, I now realise, of course, that Callum Best is a person, whereas Karen Best... Well, there probably is a Karen Best somewhere.
Karen does her best.
Anyway, so that's all a bit of a fuck-up.
Fine. Gordon and Rob, you've gone for old Big Brother McCrurick farting. I'm sure he makes a similar noise, but that's not what we were looking for.
Damn.
Let's have a look at that clip.
You stop with that. Did you guess it? I just farted, sorry. I had the most embarrassing night of my life last night. We were all sitting around the table. And anyway, and I farted.
Oh my God, that's made me sick.
So that's the most embarrassing night in her life. She farted. Oh, big deal. Wait till you shit yourself.
Before we all join in, can I just check she's not a surprise guest about the company? Because it might be.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rebecca Lewis.
Poor thing, though. It's we've all let one out, surprisingly, you know, inopportune moments. Okay, you wouldn't want it televised, would you? You wouldn't want it to go out. You know, I mean, I know she maybe is someone who we think perhaps morally is questionable, but to actually, you know, float an air biscuit live on TV.
That wasn't an air biscuit, that was a fucking log.
Well, at the end of part 4, it's time to look at the scores. Sharon and Jonathon have 29 points. Denise and David have 20 points. Gordon and Rob have 21. Well, time for another break. I'll see you in September, which is about 2 minutes away. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the Year 2005. Let's refresh our memories about September and October. America set about dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. Now, my favourite thing about Hurricane Katrina, and I know it's wrong to have a list, was the fact that it was a natural disaster, often referred to as an act of God. And after this act of God, they had a day of prayer. Day of prayer for an act of God. How exactly does that prayer go? Dear Lord, what the bloody hell was that all about? Amen. Britney Spears had a son by caesarean section, presumably to avoid the paparazzi waiting outside the front exit. The former Met Police Commissioner, Lord Stevens, claimed in his autobiography that former Home Secretary David Blunkett stabbed him in the back. In fairness, he didn't mean to. He was trying to open a letter. And on the eve of the new Wallace and Gromit movie, Aardman Animation's warehouse burnt down, causing an estimated £3 million worth of publicity. Time for a bit more quiz, I think. Yeah. This month, model Kate Moss's cocaine habit was splashed across the papers. Some companies decided to drop her from their campaigns. Name 2 of the hypocritical fashion tossers. Gordon, Rob, what are you giggling about?
Because we know one of them, but then we didn't know the other. And we thought it was quite a sweet little moment.
Denise Van Outen, you're going to have to help David Mitchell here.
I've done it. We're sorted, don't worry.
He's not all about the fashion. OK, question number 2. In a historic meeting of 150 world leaders at the United Nations, what did George Bush write on a note to Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice?
Well, how would we know that?
OK, the next question. Why was the in-flight entertainment on JetBlue flights 292 from Los Angeles to New York not very entertaining?
Oh, I know.
Yes.
David and Denise, any ideas?
Some ideas, but no knowledge.
OK. At the press conference to announce Daniel Craig as the new James Bond, the actor's daredevil entrance on a speedboat was slightly spoiled by what accessory? Gordon Ramsay, you wouldn't make a bad Bond.
Yeah.
I think you could carry that off.
Yeah, I love Aston Martins and eating well.
Aston Martin's eating well. The ladies.
Actually, Sharon will make a great Bond villain. I don't think we've had a good villainess. Can you imagine her with a little white cat out going, yes, 8 points, Chico.
OK. Let's remind ourselves now of the sporting highlight of the year.
Fantastic bit of fielding. Crikey O'Reilly. In the air. Oh, he's dropped it. Oh, no, he's got it. Oh, what a catch. Oh, It's baseball. And that's it. Victory.
OK, well, to ask the question, here's Ashes hero, Kevin Peterson.
Hi, I'm Kevin Peterson. What did I do 14 times during the Ashes?
David, you look confident in this.
He's very confident.
I've
He
got.
knows.
I might know.
Are you a cricket fan, David?
I did watch the Ashes.
See, we don't know much about it, and so far, what we've both suggested is, first of all, Sharon said fell over, right? Then he said hit the ball. 14 times, he hit the ball 14 times. Are we close?
He certainly hit the ball 14 times.
That wouldn't be the
possibly more. I'll give you a clue. It's to do with goals.
Goals.
He scored 14 hat-tricks.
It's not. There's no such thing as a goal in cricket.
Oh.
Except in general, in your career in cricket, you might have a goal.
A goal to win.
Such as to play for your country.
Yes.
You know.
OK, next question. Which well-loved character was introduced this year in Arab-speaking countries as Omar Shamshoon? He's probably the most well-loved comedy character. There you go.
Comedy character.
There's your clue.
We're guessing this.
Right, OK, on to the answers. Question number 1. Kate Moss, the waif-like supermodel and girlfriend of Pete Doherty, was caught taking cocaine. It's always the ones you least expect, isn't it? I asked you which companies dropped her. What have you got?
We've got Rimmel, which I believe is actually Rimmel, but they say it posh these days, Rimmel. We've got Chanel, we've got Burberry, and we've got H&M. We think it was all of them. We think we gave you a very complete answer there, Carl.
OK.
We only had to give two.
You said two.
I said 2, yeah.
You've got Chanel and H&M.
Well, I can't fault you. That's absolutely right.
Yep.
You've got Burberry and
We've got
H&M.
Burberry and H. It's actually H. H&M.
OK, and
I don't mean it in your company. I mean, it's understandable. But just for anybody, if there's any children watching,
All right.
I'd hate them to go around thinking
All
it's
right,
pronounced
sheep
H.
shagger.
Never been proved.
OK, well, Sharon and Jonathan, you can definitely have a point, but Rimmel, Calvin Klein and Pirelli kept her on. Right. The rest let her go. I would have accepted any combination of Burberry, Chanel, H&M and H. Stern.
Jimmy, H. Stern.
Sorry, H. Fuck off. Did I mispronounce that?
You're better than that, Jimmy.
No, I'm not. OK, what did George Bush write to Condoleezza Rice during a meeting at the UN?
We guessed pass the Pringles, please.
OK. Denise?
I need to go to the bathroom.
That is the correct answer. And Rob and Gordon went for no one knows. Yeah, he actually wrote, I think I may need a bathroom break. Could have been worse. Could have been Georgie go pee-pee. OK. Question 3. Why was the in-flight entertainment on that JetBlue flight not very entertaining? Rob Brydon, go on.
We know because they were having to make an emergency landing and it was being shown on the local news channels, which were being shown on the in-flight entertainment, so they could watch as they made the approach for the potentially fatal landing.
That is the correct answer, but I love your answer. David and Denise, you've
They were showing an episode of Lost.
I do like Lost, but I wouldn't want to watch Lost on a plane. I don't know why, but I'd feel a bit awkward.
Well, we put they were watching themselves in trouble, or I put they were watching 8 out of 10 cats.
That little dig has cost you a point.
Was that a dig? I don't think that was necessarily a dig.
What the answer
Don't
was,
give 'em a
you
point.
messed it up.
OK, so you guessed they're watching themselves in trouble.
Carl, what's wrong with you?
Well, I think when you put that together with the 8 out of 10 cats comment, you get nothing. Next question was, what slightly marred Daniel Craig's big 007 entrance?
Wearing a life jacket or buoyancy aid.
He's quite specific, isn't he, Gordon?
Very.
He really is. OK, Denise and David, what did you have?
We don't know, but we put he got his bow tie caught on a microphone. I was thinking if he's arriving in a speedboat, jumps out, lots of press there, one could have got caught under, he's half throttling himself, the journalist panics, there's a tussle, electric shock because of the water and the microphone. One dead actor. There you go. There are thousands more, so it's fine. But it's sad for the family. Was it that?
No.
Oh, well.
Jonathan, what did you have? The life jacket.
We put life jacket. We didn't put buoyancy device. We just put life jacket, but we're hoping that's enough.
You are absolutely right. He was wearing a life jacket when he turned up at the press conference.
What a wuss.
There has been some speculation that the Bond genre is running out of steam after the announcement of the next film's title, Tiredness Can Kill. OK. What did Kevin Peterson do 14 times during the Ashes? What have you got?
We put he scored 14 goals. We followed David's advice. We thought first of all he was teasing us, then we realised he was probably double bluffing us. We've gone with it. We think we're right. He scored 14 goals.
Yes.
Sharon, John, is that seriously your answer?
Yes.
Well, we won, and 14 goals sounds like the kind of number of goals you need to win the Ashes.
How many goals do you think they scored overall in the Ashes?
About 20, maybe, altogether, both teams. Combined, possibly.
I
maybe.
would
How many
go
players,
along with
Sharon?
that.
Special
Yes?
question just for you. How many players on a cricket team?
Oh, how many bananas on a tree, darling?
Yes, you're right, it changes. David and Denise?
David answered
Was
this
it
one.
hit a 6? Did he hit at 14 sixes? Or maybe hit more? I
That
don't
is
know.
the correct answer.
Oh.
Gordon, you...
Well
Yep, 14 sixes.
Fantastic. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Let's go to Kevin Peterson to hear his version of events.
I hit 14 sixes.
Cleared that up then.
He really makes an anecdote out of it, doesn't he? Settle around the fireside and let me tell you.
Am I the only one who can't wait to see him on Parky?
Are you saying he's not coming on your show?
Fucking right he's not.
OK. I asked you who was known as Omar Shamshun in Arab-speaking countries. Gordon Ramsay, what did you put?
I thought of Harry Potter, but then Rob said no, Charlie Chaplin.
Because you said it was a comedy character.
Well, I know the Arab world are behind, but I think Chaplin must have hit the Arab world before now.
Sharon and Jonathon
From the
are
West.
laughing uproariously at their wrong answer. What did you guys put?
We guessed, OK, but I think we've got to be... I'm sure we're in with a good chance. We put Mr Bean.
You put Mr Bean and Denise and
We've
David?
got Homer Simpson.
You're right. Yes. Yeah, so the answer is Homer Simpson is going to be known as Omar Shamshun in the Arab version of The Simpsons. The other difference is Marge gets stoned to death at the end of every episode. OK, we've got a bonus round for you now. We have 2 mystery guests. Their names became well known this year. Teams, you can ask them as many questions as you want within a minute, and you have to try and deduce who they are and why they were in the news. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for our first mystery guest. Thank you very much indeed for coming in. Now, teams, you have 1 minute to ask this gentleman questions in order to deduce who he is and why he was in the news this year.
We have an unfair advantage, because didn't you audition for Sharon in the early stages of the X Factor?
No.
You're
Is
wearing
your
a-
CND badge a clue to your notoriety?
Yes. Was it something bad that happened to you in the news?
Would you? I think it was something bad. Would you describe it as bad? I think it was bad.
Yes, I think it was, yeah.
I think it was pretty bad. Despicable is how I
Was
would
it
describe it.
unfair?
It was very unfair.
Very unfair. OK.
Have you ever dated Jodie Marsh?
Did it happen in Britain or overseas?
In Britain.
Were you a victim of a crime?
No.
Was it something the state visited upon you? An injustice?
Well, sort of.
You're wearing a blue suit, but would I be right in thinking that blue is not your colour of choice?
Yes.
Are you Pete Best, the original drummer with the Beatles?
I think you've had enough time.
Are you
OK.
anything to do with politics?
Yes.
That's the final question now. Write down who you think this man is and why you think he was in the news. Write down who you think he is and why you think he was in the news.
Oh, yes.
OK, well, let's see what your answers were. Who do you think this man is?
Were you wrongfully thrown in prison?
Were you imprisoned at any time?
No.
No. He wasn't imprisoned. What have you got there, Bob?
We put failed to pay November's poll tax.
Poll tax refused Nick.
We have put that we believe him to be Walter Wolfgang, who was unfairly ejected from the Labour Party conference for heckling, I believe, Mr Jack Straw. Would I be right, sir?
That's right.
That is absolutely right. Ladies and gentlemen, Walter Wolfgang. Thank you very much indeed for coming on. Let's just remind ourselves of you in action.
What would you say to Mr. Blair if you got a chance?
Well, quite a lot. But I mean,
For shouting the word nonsense during a speech by Foreign Secretary Jack Straw, the frail refugee from Nazi Germany was dragged out of the hall by men twice his size.
Ladies and gentlemen, Walter Wolfgang. Thank you so much for coming in, sir. Very good of you.
thank you.
What a lovely guy.
Jimmy, can I just say, it was quite funny, you said, let's just remind ourselves of you in action. Like you'd just been on Celebrity Big Brother or something. Like, here are some of your best bits, mate.
I think it's great that he heckled.
But how could they pull him like that? That's
Because
an absolute
It is disgraceful, is what it is.
Really
Absolutely
disgraceful.
OK, are you ready for another mystery guest?
Yes, please.
Well, let's bring them out. Round of applause for our mystery guest. Hello there. Lovely to meet you. OK, let the questioning commence. You've got 1 minute.
Does it involve foxes?
No.
Do you write books?
No.
Are you involved in politics in some way?
No. No.
Are you involved in the entertainment industry?
No.
Is it to do with sport?
No.
Well, I think in fairness to you, there is a connection to a sort of form of entertainment.
OK, is it something you're famous for doing or being done to?
Neither.
No.
Do you campaign?
No.
No?
Do you have a famous pet?
No.
I think you could almost say you are a form of entertainment.
Christ, what's going on?
OK, the clue, it's something to do with this lady's name.
Your name?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Well, the first bit's right.
Supergirl.
Supermum.
Super duper.
No, go on. Another guess?
Superman.
Soup. You didn't invent
Soup of
the
the
bag
day.
soup he served me at his restaurant. Is it your recipe, the egg in the slime? The soup? No.
Something to do with your name.
Concentrate on a Sue.
Sue.
Your name is Sue.
Are you Sue Ryder of the famous shops? Are you Sue Barker?
It's a namesake thing, and it's to do with one of the big crazes of 2005.
You're Sudoku!
Am I right?
Write it down, Rob.
Oh, that's not fair. They would never have got that if I hadn't said it.
Bloody got it.
Well, if they don't get it now, there'll be a shock. Well, let's have a look at what you've written.
It's tense.
OK, you've all got that right, haven't you?
Yes.
Sue Docky. Well, now...
I know how you feel, Sue. You should meet a very good friend of mine, Travel Scrabble.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sue Doku. Thank you very much indeed for coming in. Right, and the scores are Sharon and Jonathon have 33 points, way off in the lead. Denise Van Outen and David Mitchell have 25 points. Gordon Ramsay and Rob Brydon have 26 points. Well, we're going to take a break now, as Gordon has promised to teach us some brand new swear words. Back in a bit. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the Year, and finally we reach the end of 2005. Your questions for November and December are coming up shortly, but first, let me remind you what happened all those days ago. There were riots on the streets of Paris. The French authorities were thrown into turmoil. They didn't know whether to collaborate or surrender. In the end, they used a water cannon to disperse the rioters. Quick, Pierre, if we're not careful, we'll be washed. Gay couples were given permission to legally take one another up the aisle. That'll make a change. I do worry about gay marriage. It will inevitably lead to gay divorce, and that will be bitchy. David Cameron won the Tory leadership by beating off David Davis. They've got their traditions. In Hemel Hempstead, an oil facility exploded. Police have advised people to avoid Hemel Hempstead. Mind you, they were saying that before. So, to quote Gaza at breakfast, it's time for the 6th round. OK, question number 1. I'm not sure if everyone's familiar with the marvellous News in Briefs feature in The Sun.
Yes.
In case you didn't know, page 3 isn't degrading anymore because now they ask the girls to comment on current affairs. Can you guess who Danny, 18 from Coventry, is talking about? There's no denying his abilities. It was a typical gesture of his to resign for the sake of his cabinet colleagues. But in doing so, the government is a far poorer place. Who was Danny, 18 from Coventry, talking about with her top off?
Hey, I like that feature, but my favourite feature is, I don't know if you've seen it, in the Daily Sport. They have a topless lady, a glamour model, review that night's movies. There was a great one once. It was a sexy lady with no clothes on, and she was reviewing 12 Angry Men, and we went, loads of men locked in a room all night, 4, my idea of a good movie. It's like one of the classic courtroom dramas.
OK. And while we're on the subject of The Sun, what made their campaign against domestic violence suddenly seem rather ironic?
Yeah.
OK. Question number 3. What appalling idea did Tony Blair talk George Bush out of, according to a rumour that surfaced this month?
Surely there's quite a long list of them, though, I imagine. I should imagine Bush is always coming up with weird rumours, isn't he? I bet he's going, I know, let's spend some money developing a fish with 3 eyes. I bet he, just treats it like a toy box. let's make a soup out of spinach and an egg, see if anyone's stupid enough to, you know, silly ideas he would come up with on a regular basis that no sane person would consider.
He was the only person that night.
You liar.
You know, not very pleasant.
No, a few other people.
I think there should be...
But they're all scared of you. They're scared of you. That's the thing. And most of your food is rubbish, but everyone's scared to tell you because you're scary. I'm joking. He's one of the best chefs in the country.
Oh, fucking hell. But I mean, that's like saying that Jonathon Ross has a cool, appealing dress code.
Thank you.
It's out there. It's wacky. It's obscure. It's bizarre. It looks like a fucking lollipop.
With an egg in the middle. Nothing.
OK. Disability groups were up in arms about the name given to a new wheelchair launched by a US company. What was its horribly tasteless name?
It was something horrible.
I vaguely remember this story.
It's an incredible... I mean, it's unbelievable as a name for a wheelchair.
Yes, it was something like that.
It's that horrible. Whatever you're thinking, it's that horrible. Actually, it might not be as horrible as what you're thinking. OK. Gary Glitter was arrested by the Vietnamese authorities. What is the maximum penalty he might face?
Death, the bastard. Should cut his ghoulies off as well.
Well, only if Wales beat England. On now to the answers for November and December. Who was page 3 lovely Danny talking about? Gordon, what do you think?
Blunkett.
You're absolutely right. David Blunkett.
David Blunkett.
Excellent.
You all got that right. Congratulations. Well done, you.
OK. It just goes to prove that Danny knows her stuff. Because we all got it and we all agree with her. So how wrong of us to judge her just because she chose not to wear a shirt in public. I think more young women should go around without shirts and earn their respect in that manner.
OK, I asked you why the Sun's anti-domestic violence campaign suddenly seemed rather ironic. What have you got?
Rebecca Wade, she's the editor, is that right, of the Sun?
And then she hit Ross Kemp.
Well, that's the correct answer. This was the story, anyway, that Rebecca Wade hit Ross Kemp, allegedly. The charges were, of course, dropped. I asked you, what did Tony Blair allegedly have to talk Bush out of? What did you put?
I remember this. It was because recently, of course, it was he wanted to bomb Al Jazeera, the news source that comes out of the...
You are absolutely right. Al Jazeera are, of course, based in Qatar, and they're an ally of the US, so wouldn't have been a brilliant idea. You got that absolutely right.
That's what we thought.
And Gordon Ramsay and Rob Brydon went for the other conversation that we're not privy to.
Yes, this was on a note passed to Condoleezza Rice.
Bombay bicycle.
Not many people know about it, but he was quite intent on bombing Iran.
Now, Gordon, didn't Tony Blair come for his birthday to your restaurant?
Yes, that's right, yeah. Yeah, in the kitchen. Had an amazing time.
Oh, because you've got an actual little table in the kitchen, haven't you?
Yeah, no, like a chef's table. And they had the most amazing time, but the weird scenario, of course, was the bodyguards outside. Both of them were vegetarians.
I bet they got nothing.
They got absolutely fuck all.
Right. The name of the wheelchair that caused so much controversy.
We guessed.
We guessed. That was really offensive.
Is it Spasmobile?
Well, you may laugh. It's not the Spasmobile. What did you have, Jonathan?
It was either something like that. We put down Cripple Cart or the Mongimobile or Spazzy, because it was something like that. It was one of those horrible things you think, how can they say something like that? But that's what they put. It was something like Cripple Cart.
Gordon, what did you go for?
Cripple Mobile.
Cripple Mobile, like the Batmobile.
Cripple Mobile.
Cripple Mobile is a new phone service.
Well, the actual answer, I mean, unbelievably, I think the actual answer is they called it the Spaz.
Oh, we're pretty close. It's Spasmobile.
David and Denise have got to get a point for the Spasmobile.
You.
And you don't get anything for your... What was your guess again, Gordon? Oh, the Cripple-mobile, yes. Now, you may think that's as bad as it gets, but let me read you a small section from the press release. And it won't cost you an arm and a leg. OK, and finally, what is the maximum penalty Gary Glitter might face?
Death. Firing squad.
Firing squad is technically the exact right answer. Shot to death, yes?
Shot to death.
4 points on his licence.
I'll tell you what, though, if they do shoot him, what a great bit of telly.
Fabulous.
Just saying, I'd watch.
God, I'd watch too, and stick a hot poker down the end of his willy.
I don't think you can do that if you press the red button.
If you want to add to his torment, go interactive now.
OK, it's time for our final bonus round. We felt it was important for our very last bonus round to be weighty, profound, and above all, intellectually challenging. And then we changed our minds. Brace yourselves for the reality TV round. What TV incident are these celebrities commenting on?
Yeah, it was definitely a highlight or a kind of low light for some people, I don't know, but interesting.
Blooming heck, no, that's really bad for the kids to watch.
Well, I thought it was funny. I'd laugh.
I was watching and I was just so shocked that she was actually doing it that I was kind of like, she's putting her...
We only saw the stills on the internet, which was probably the best option, because there was no way on earth I would want to watch that live.
I was disgusted. I couldn't believe they put it out there.
I thought it was a perfect example of somebody in the throes of alcoholic stupor doing something that they will so regret the next day.
I just thought of her poor parents.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh, I missed that one.
You missed that?
Yeah, it sounds good. You don't have it on tape or anything, you know. It was one of those moments where you go, she's not. She bloody is.
Would I? Hell? No, and I wouldn't want to be drinking out of it afterwards either.
OK, answers please. What were they all talking about?
But Sharon thinks I've made this up, but I think
No, it's true. What, have you...
Gordon, you OK? Did you see this?
No, I heard about it.
OK, let's have a look at your answers. You've got... Jonathon, talk me through yours.
Kinga wanked a wine bottle in the garden from the big brother house. She went out with a wine bottle. She was egged on by that awful Craig. Anthony's sitting there going, no, man, don't do it. He's going, no, go on, do it. And she went out with a big old blue nun or something and sat there in the garden. And everyone went, oh, what's she doing? Can I freeze frame that?
OK, that is the correct answer. Denise, I like the way that you've put this.
Kinga putting a wine bottle up her snatch. Same thing.
It is the same thing, yeah.
This is the end of the show, is it?
It's the end of modern civilization.
Merry Christmas, baby Jesus. That's what I say.
We put bottle bank.
Why don't we put bottled out? Because, as David is right to say, it's Christmas.
And it was a Magnum.
Yeah.
It was a Magnum? I don't think I can give you a point for bottled out.
Well, you can't write bottle stuck
Because
in a...
I wasn't going to write the sort of thing that...
Well, you've just fucking said it, Gordon.
No, we can't write it, can you?
Let's have a look at the clip.
Please, no.
Oh, God.
No.
God.
Yeah, we've got the clip.
Just like...
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sitting on the wine bottle.
Oh no. I'm gonna go right now and masturbate on the grass.
Oh my God. Oh no.
She's a lunatic.
Oh no, she's wrong, isn't she?
Wow.
Well, I don't know about you, Gordon, but I was disgusted. Red wine with fish. Let's try and raise the tone slightly. Take a look at this picture from I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Oh, yeah, this is raising the tone, yeah.
OK, what in the name of all that is good and holy is antiques expert David Dickinson doing?
Is he looking for a date on it? Is he trying to date it? See if it's an original?
OK, let's have a look at your answers. Who should we go for first? Gordon Ramsay, go on, tell us what have you got?
We've written nothing in protest at the level to which this show has sunk. We know we don't want any
Gordon.
part of this charade. Is David Dickinson checking for termites in his gentleman's garden?
Well, if we may be more...
Gentleman's garden. What an image. Jonathon?
We've got down Davy D shaving his area to stop ticks, etc.
Denise Van Outen?
I think he was shaving off his pubic hair to avoid ticks. Is that right?
Oh, yes, that's what it was, yes.
Oh, well, suddenly you know now.
I read about it in The Guardian.
Denise Van Outen, you are absolutely right. It was, in fact, David Dickinson giving himself a Brazilian. Reality TV hit a new low this year when even the contestants didn't recognise each other. Watch this clip of a confused Flavor Flav talking to one Dave Morgan.
What's your name?
Dave.
Huh? What's your name?
What's your name?
No, what's your name,
Dave.
fam? What do you do? Come on.
What do I
Put
do?
me up on you, G. But what do you do, though? You a comedian or something?
No.
Or?
I do look like a comedian.
A little bit. Look like you can. It look like you can hold it down.
Yeah,
Look like you can hold the audience down.
Yeah.
But what do you do, though?
No, my ex-partner was a soap star, so...
Wait, whose partner?
My ex-partner.
Mike who?
My ex-partner.
Your ex-partner?
Yeah.
Is a soap star?
Yeah.
Well, what I want to know is the same thing as Flavor Flav. Who is his ex-partner?
He's just a horrible man.
Is he a horrible man?
Awful, selling stories on the mother of his child. Shame on him.
What is it?
What
is it?
OK, let's have a look and see what you've got for this final question. OK, Jessie Wallace is correct. Jessie Wallace is correct. I would have accepted Kat Slater from EastEnders, to be honest with you. Chuck D.
We thought, because Flavor Flav used to be in Public Enemy, we thought maybe that guy used to go out with Chuck D from Public Enemy. Maybe it was a double bluff to put him in there. It wasn't, though, was it?
Do I get nothing for making Jessie Wallace and Gromit quite entertaining? It's Christmas. I put Jessie Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, well, that's the end of the questions for the Big Fat Quiz of the Year 2005. Time to tot up the scores at home. If you scored more than 45, congratulations, you're all Jamie School Dinners winners. If you scored between 35 and 45, you did Catherine Tate, great. Between 25 and 35, Tony Blair, fair. Between 15 and 25, Jude Law, poor. And if you scored less than 15, you are a James Blunt. Let's have a look and see how our teams did. In reverse order, Gordon Ramsay and Rob Brydon, you got 30 points. Denise Van Outen and David Mitchell, 33 points. Congratulations. You closed in on them, but in the end, they won it. Sharon Osbourne and Jonathon Ross have won the Big Fat Quiz of the Year 2005. Wow. 2 in a row. And they get this resplendent trophy. Look at that.
Yeah, that's a proper trophy. Look at that.
Look at what you've won.
Fantastic.
Christ, it's filled with Ramsay's soup. You can have it.
Well, that's it for the Big Fat Quiz of the Year 2005. Our thanks to Sharon Osbourne, Jonathon Ross, Denise Van Outen, David Mitchell, Gordon Ramsay and Rob Brydon. I've been Jimmy Carr. Good night.
Well, next on 4, a missing persons inquiry gets very personal in Without a Trace. And that's followed at 10 past midnight by the MasterCard priceless evening of music from the likes of James Blunt and Katie Tunstall.